Is One Piece no longer the reigning king of manga sales? This is a question I think many of us have been thinking for a few years now, especially with last year's top 10 best-selling manga, which I'll show the chart on screen as you can see. Last year, it was very clear who won in the best sells. It was Kimetsu no Yaiba, Demon Slayer. We have seen it constantly break record after record, movie sales, etc. And once again, as a reminder, this is last year. This isn't this year's sales, 2021. This is just 2020 sales. And you can already see that One Piece, in terms of total copies sold, is nowhere near what Kimetsu no Yaiba was. And then Kingdom slid on top, even though it really didn't have an ongoing anime at that time, and even a decent anime at that. So it was really telling to just see two series topple the colossal giant that is One Piece. But then you have other series slowly crawling, itching up behind One Piece, like Haikyuu, Jujutsu Kaisen, before Jujutsu Kaisen really started to kick off. You know, The Promised Neverland. You had, My Hero. You had Spy Family, Quintuplets, Attack on Titan, etc. You could see these series kind of itching closer and closer to One Piece's sales. And what's very strange about this is that it's a no-brainer that in terms of content going on in One Piece has probably one of the most, interesting arcs going on right now in the entire series. Something that's been built up for years now. The Wano arc. But to see how this fabled arc that's been set up and built up for so long is still somehow getting outperformed, at least in sales, by these others, you'd think One Piece would garner more attention. But clearly, that is indeed not the case. So, I would like to show you guys this year's current sales for 2021. Now, right at this time, the sales I'm going to show you is the sales for half the year. So this isn't basically the definitive sales for the full year of 2021, but so far, we're already 6 months into the year, so it's a good basis point to see what series are doing or how they're performing for this year, and what is really the reigning champions right now. So, I'm just going to show the whole list. As you can clearly see, it's quite a shocker. It is a big shock to see some of these series up here, especially over One Piece, which is in, as you can see, 10th place. Now, I would like to once again remind you, we are in the Wano arc of One Piece, and you can even say that the anime of One Piece is the best it's ever been in a very long time. And just to see how One Piece for the half-year sales is number 10 in the top 10 is just ridiculous. So, look at this list right here. You can see One Piece has sold 2.5 million copies. And then you have Kingdom that is further ahead of One Piece, barely, but still ahead by a few thousand copies. Then you have Haikyuu that itches ahead by a few 100,000. Then My Hero also itches ahead by 500,000. And then you see The Promised Neverland, which once again, the series is over in Weekly Shonen Jump. It's completely done. And so these copy sales is kind of ridiculous. I mean, you could kind of say maybe it's, Season 2's anime that aired recently had a part to play maybe in the sales of the volumes, because the anime wasn't well received, so maybe that is why. But even then, it's amazing to see that Promised Neverland surpassed One Piece by like 500,000 copies or more. Then you got Chainsaw Man, which this one blew me away looking at it. Chainsaw Man with 4 million copies, over 2 million more copies sold than One Piece, and it does not even have an active anime. That's what makes this absolutely freaking insane. Like, imagine how much the sales are going to jump of this once the anime is released by Studio Mappa, the same studio that we know made Jujutsu Kaisen. So it's just like, holy crap, it's already selling this much, and it doesn't have an ongoing manga at this moment, and the anime is not even out. Now, there is obviously going to be a continuation Chainsaw Man, but even then, though, just to know that there is no current manga chapters out right now, and on top of that, there's no anime, that speaks volumes for just how popular it has become, and the anticipation for the anime. But then you have Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan, obviously, regardless of how you feel about it, your personal feelings about Attack on Titan, it makes a lot of sense it would be up here in the top 5 slot of sales. I would be really shocked if it wasn't, because, people love Attack on Titan. Regardless, just exclude the final chapter for a moment. People love Attack on Titan. The anime was well received by Studio Mappa, so because of that, it would make sense why the volume sales would really jump up and burst. So I am happy to see that. I am very happy to see Attack on Titan selling well, regardless of my personal feelings towards the ending. Then you also have Tokyo Revengers. This one, once again, it's a shock, but not really. I mean, it has an active anime ongoing right now. It's a very good anime. I'm keeping up to date with it. And it's just like, it's, once again, I would want to reinstate the fact that this is 5 million copies sold. One Piece is sitting at 2.5 million. It is literally doubled One Piece's sales. Think about how ridiculous that is. That is absolutely insane. Then you had Jujutsu Kaisen. 23 million copies sold. It is One Piece and the others below it are not even in the same ballpark as what Jujutsu Kaisen currently is. Which, once again, says a lot about the current situation in Weekly Shonen Jump, and maybe why Weekly Shonen Jump is given so much, I guess, leeway to Akutami that, has had to take a brief hiatus. For instance, an indefinite hiatus going on. It would make a lot of sense now. Just looking at these sales, it really does speak volumes why maybe Shonen Jump is showing extra privileges to him. And then you also have Kimetsu no Yaiba, which this one really isn't a shock. Last year it was number 1, and this year, once again, it is number 1. But as you could see, Jujutsu Kaisen is catching up on it. It is literally 23 million, Jujutsu is, and Kimetsu is 26 million. So before long, it seems like Jujutsu might be reigned as maybe the number 1 best-selling. I could see by the end of this year, depending on how it goes with Akutami, and the chapter releases, etc., whatever goes on, I could definitely see Jujutsu being the best-selling manga series of 2021. But, this is crazy. It's a really good look at what series are really performing this year. And once again, it's just shocking to see One Piece just so low, especially in an arc that has been built up for so long. And like I said, the anime is literally at its peak right now. It is honestly the best it has ever been. So I'm just like, I'm in shock. It makes you wonder, what do you think is going on with this? What do you really think is going on with One Piece selling this little of copies in comparison to everything? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I wanted to make a brief video on this and talk about it. But with that, guys, have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Be safe. Chibi out.